business according to
Time
my
FL 97.7.
access to funding. Business because business men and business owners, no, they are the risk takers in every economy. And the cost of funds and now the cost of borrowing ever for what's of about 50% of business problem. My interest rates above for now among for business which means access to loan, access to financing, how which media expanding. And I'm more expanding, so I'm more going to expand you. They expand with people. They're expanding with people, indirectly, they are creating employment.
Sure.
And for businesses to thrive, it has to do with the macro positioning of the economy. It also has to do with the fiscal policy of the economy. Because fiscal policy may determine at what point will the economy descend to the businessman. And because the economy descending to the businessman, that is when businessman can have access to funding. But government upon government, seem to be flexing their muscle where the fiscal aspect of the economy. The reason I make us flexing their muscle is that government is business. And the reason why make us is the only government that is making business is the interest rate was true. And to be sorry, 97.7. Not their question. Treasury bills. And economy and we measure the economic activity based on funds flow. This is coming free me number one.
Yeah.
I also the measure Juma next week or not could you be home. No be so bad that is what we call vibrant
97.7.
But yeah, you mean Obiata Musica treasury bill was true and no attempt, not the question treasury bills. And it looks like treasury bill is the only business that you can do and make close to the gap between inflation and then, the profit that you make. Other businesses you do, you will never get a profit closer to what inflation can give you. So the businessman is comfortable not to do business. Individuals are comfortable not to do business and then to dump their money into government treasury bills. So over the past few months, suppose the government or could raise it treasury bill and now when you over subscription. That's
97.7 FM.
My economy, and to me, to me, the obvious time is there. What policies should we roll out to make sure that the friend is saying businesses thrive near there? It depends on the position of the government. Economy, maybe it's economics. The divided economic agents into three. Your government, your businesses, and your individuals. Now, government machinery not tend to operate the economy to their interest, The economy does not descend to business.
Time FL.
And we have a saying there. It's not even a saying. There's a statistical proof there. The private sector employs more than the government sector. And if private sector employs more than government sector, at what point will government relax its borrowing in the market? The budget
97.7.
When you hear financing resources apart from local markets and now by finance. Even local markets, people are not prepared to give you money for the long term. Or your debt exchange, that debt exchange, nobody is trading there. So the interest rate still remains 9%, 8% there. The same.
97.7 FM.
The trading activities are highly concentrated in the treasury bills. What my you are buying on what you call the funds flow. Funds flow is not in the hands of businesses, it's not in the hands of
97.7 FM.
And that is what is happening to Ghana. Government rolls out policies at the point where, we have to finance small businesses. We give NDSSI, which is now Ghana, whatever, I've forgotten the name now. Your mom 600 million dollars. Sorry, Ghana cedis.
Time FM.
That time, a typical bank in this country, minimum requirement to operate as a bank, considering all your branches near there, I don't know. What you needed as minimum capital was 400 million. So we can conclude that NDSSI was supposed to be a typical bank, which is supposed to be self-financing to some extent, and we have to buy this capital by Obio. No telling for Kenya, they didn't buy its own. But we didn't see that. All those monies has gone down the drain. Currently, a chairman info, the info as we speak now, whether we should make accounts for it or possibly we should outline the benefits that that money has given this country. Nobody can tell you, what the money did for the economy. So from where I sit, business is the fiscal discipline, which is supposed to be the policy, the anchored policy in everything. Apart from that, the business have their own caveat and understanding of, but even that one, they learn from the process. That's why I said the fiscal policy will constitute only about 50% of the problem for businesses to thrive. And once the government controls its fiscal policy to some extent, making sure that demand for funds by government goes down and interest rate comes down, right? And businesses start having access to funding at a lower cost, it solves the problem. To me, who be a business person there, or the access to funding. Even in Kwalaibu school, on where school be access to capital. Where is the capital?
97.7.
Because interest rates are high, you cannot take any risk by going into any venture. So from what I think, they have to do with the position of the government. I think it's over time the government moves away from that kind of controlling the economy. I'm not saying the government is not supposed to do business.
Okay.
Government can do business, but up to a certain level. Government, you provide roads. Who providing roads?
97.7.
Out of those road construction, you will see businesses springing up. You will see road no can control. Obi a store access to the place becomes easy. Warehouse do the BSC or mobile phone for access to the road becomes easy. Government, you provide health infrastructure so that you can produce very good manpower for the labor market. Be it the private labor market or individual level labor market. Government, you provide health care. Once you provide health care, you provide roads, health care, and education. Very good education. So that the labor that you are producing for the private mass market,
97.7 FM.
So that the private man will be near your labor to a year or income tax now labor because their percentage now the education was made to a year. So who are buying now just got through the taxes. So these are things that it isn't about buying a second up NAPCO. No, this is Kakushim, you will be a back. A minus setting up planting for food and jobs, running it by one desk. The ministry no ministry then we can't pinpoint any single thing. Those politicians but money has gone down the drain. Look at the budget drawers. By those ministries that were created over the past years. So a government positioning, which has to do with the fiscal. That's why anytime you have a requirement, they tell us to be fiscal discipline.
Yeah.
97.7.
But it's a baseline for everything in the economy. It is, we don't need any astronomical policies here. We catch us there. Let's introduce this. You're buying the positioning of the economy. Government, all that you have to prioritize is create roads, good roads, give what we call it, give very good education, provide what we call it, very good health.
97.7 FM.
And that is all you need. After that, leave the economy for the private man to run it.
Over the years, yate government no say omo can say yen na yente importation so na yanka sankasa yen concentrate on locally manufactured products. Yeah, they talk about industrialization. Yeah, then also buying a year to encourage and to discourage importation vis-a-vis production in the country.
Okay, so let me give you a typical example like rice.
Okay.
The
Time
people import rice about. That is availability of rice though. Maybe I will for more Ghana. I mean here you and buying wants to discourage, rice importation. Yes,
FM
rice farmer
97.7.
no access to funding, access to loan. Opportunity a large scale of, what we call it farm. I mean, at the point where you flooded your market with
97.7.
You flooded your market with local rice. I mean, you can put up high tariffs on importation. It would discourage people from businessmen from importing. And they won't have any option than to stay in business. Rather, they can create extra value chain with their money within your economy to distribute the rice that has been produced by the government.
97.7 FM.
The policies must go hand in hand. Ultimately, who may see, tariffs. Now, while in Caribbean encouraging local, farmers, local production. You must appreciate the reason why you
97.7 FM.
those tariffs, and the reason why you think when you increase it, they will stop people from continuing to, bring money, bring rice down into the country. To me, it doesn't sit by its own. Now, we will reduce, we increase the tariffs. No, now local producer will access to funding.
Yeah.
So it has to do with the funding. I mean, if you are a government positioning when you have access to funding, you are very lower. When you increase tariffs, people have access to funds to produce in the country. That is all.
Okay. Recently, there have been this debate. Say all the candidates, political party candidates, almost talking about a 24-hour market economy. Doc, how do you understand it, and how feasible is that?
Yes, the 24-hour economy, is already in force.
Okay.
So, I have to give.
Okay.
So 500, I will send money. Right. So, so 24 economy, it's already in force.
97.7 FM.
Vice President, because we already doing 24 economy. But I can tell you that they are not into sectors that can, increase production in the economy as expected. The reason why I will
97.7 FM
economy only 24 economy it's part of our national development planning commission policy document.
Okay.
And it has been in it all this while. The reason why we are not able to implement it is that we're not utilizing the infrastructure that we are putting.
We have 97.7.
So need constant electricity because it forms part of security. It gives assurance of power supply. It gives visibility because like this is Australia.
Time FM.
It's a the electricity investment over the years. And maybe the past way, I think that one of the major problems that the previous administration have been faced by this administration is that they have invested in a lot of generating capacity.
97.7. Wumreni.
Mahama got talk about the because of corruption there. But the question I was asking myself is, are we producing electricity to the point that I bet you me are generating economic production the country needs now. We've not. So if you have heavy,
97.7 FM.
generating capacity, and then you are operating 24-hour economy, why not? You can run it because you have the light, you have the baseline investment. You have the baseline investment. At the same time, while you are
97.7
thinking about
FM.
providing this baseline investment, it's not every aspect of the economy now we hear that with 24-hour service. Even if you don't need it, align your infrastructure development to meet that 24-hour economy. Why am I saying this? The reason why Americans are there, they'll provide you road.
Time
Now,
FM
your fact is there. In a
97.7.
certain enclave of the economy, we have agro-processing factories on which we are producing to feed into the food chain of this economy to bring food inflation down. How do you now your road
Time
rather than
FM,
do 97.7? So the 24-hour economy, my understanding is that it should be the baseline for economic development. So if it's electricity that you are providing, and you think there's a certain enclave of the economy that can produce, can go through manufacturing 24 hours, provide them electricity. Don't send electricity to your mother's village as a politician. So I think it is feasible, depending on what we put down, the policies that has to come with it. We shouldn't look at it as a standalone policy. No.
Okay.
24-hour economy is not a standalone policy.
Okay.
It's a policy that must go concurrently with other policies.
97.7
In fact,
FM.
some other policies must lead the 24-hour economy policy.